Good afternoon, YouTubers. Tsquare with Tsquare Talk. Got a package to open, and while I'm opening this package, I want to talk specifically about something that a lot of people have been asking my thoughts on. I've actually had it in the comments probably 3 or 4 times just today alone. But the last one was Jack that had mentioned it again and wanted to know kind of, we were talking about cryptocurrencies and more or less more on the side of the CBDCs, and had asked my thoughts on it. A couple people have, and then also, is that a good thing, a bad thing? What do y'all think? So we're going to start off, for those of you that don't know, CBDCs is central bank digital currencies. When I first heard about this, I actually thought, wow, that's going to be so cool. Finally, something that could be considered a fair system. You know, maybe we could take a cryptocurrency, call it a CBDC, back it to gold or silver, and now we've got an honest money. And it really sounded cool at first. However, I'm going to give you guys the pros and the cons. I'm going to start out with the pros, so you guys might feel like, wow, you know, that really does kind of sound good. And then I'm going to blast you with the cons while I'm opening this up. So right off the bat, the pros, in my opinion, to central bank digital currencies, from what I've heard, is this is an opportunity for us to reset the system, to go back to a sound money, an honest time where, you know, you could have a central bank digital currency, you could back it to gold, and oh wow, that's beautiful. Already I can see it coming up there. Ooh. And you could back it to gold, and essentially, you know exactly how many are out there. It's easy to follow the trail. You could use it if honest. You could have a good accounting, basically. It would hold people accountable. It would hold government accountable. It would hold everybody accountable to the system. If I go and I buy something, I can pay my taxes right then and there. If I go and sell something, it'll pay my taxes right there. And kind of, it sounds cool because I'm one of these people that I spend a lot on my CPA. I have different types of investments. I will spare no expense when it comes to having a good CPA, because I think that's really important, that you know everything that you can and can't do when it comes to tax time. Whether that be real estate, whether that be crypto coins, whether that be gold and silver, whether that be just any kind of things, whether that's a gift, whatever the case may be. So I'm a firm believer, and I spend a lot of money on that. But here's the thing. A lot of people may or may not know this. You know, income tax is fairly a newer thing. It was not something our founding fathers wanted us to do, when they founded this country. It was something that they were really against, and they knew it was a bad thing. It gives the banks too much power. It taxes the people too much. But because of World War I, it was just is it World War I or World War II? Someone's going to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think it was World War I. I'm going to guess World War I if I had to take the guess on it. After World War I, they had to pay all this debt back. We had to pay all the money that we spent. Then we went on into World War II. We had Vietnam, and all this bills, and they made it sound like, well, we need money to pay the roads, and we need money to pay the war, and we need money to pay the soldiers, and this and that. And they got a million excuses on why they need money. Now we need money to help other countries. We need money to fight poverty. We need money for unemployment. We need money for doing research on the jellyfish in the Gulf of Mexico. I mean, there's so many things out there that it's kind of comical. And there was a lot of talk that if we went to a central bank digital currency, this would be the means to kind of end some of this. And I'm really hoping that would happen like that. However, as time went on, I started kind of thinking, well, wait a minute. think about what this can do to us. Boy, that is a beautiful coin. That is a 2022 1 ounce 999 gold kangaroo. I haven't even seen this coin yet. It looks a little small, but it's really thick when you look at it like that. It does have the Queen Elizabeth on it, Australia. This is a $100 coin. Beautiful coin. Did it have the date? 2020? 2022. And you know, as time went on and I started looking into some of the cons of central bank digital currency, that's actually what I seen is it's a con. It's designed to take control. If you control the money, you control the people. Some people, I've heard people say you control the food, you control the people. But you know, food might be a little hard to control because you guys know me. I got a garden out back. I got chickens in the back. I pretty much raise a lot of my own food. However, if you control the money, you kind of control the people, the majority of the people. Everything comes back to the money. It comes back to whether you go to work, how are you going to get paid? How are you going to cash that check? What are you going to do with it? How are you going to spend it? If you pass away, and are you going to pay, is the taxes going to get paid on the wealth transfer tax? When you transfer that money on to your kids, which is kind of one of the reasons why I like gold and silver. It kind of helps a little bit. I'm not a tax expert, nor do I mess with it. But, you know, if I give something like this to my son and he likes it and he holds it, this is real wealth. This is real wealth. That's why a lot of us will buy gold and silver, a lot of us in the community. I had a comment by Jack today that's kind of new to this and wanted to know about, you know, hey, CBDCs, what's going to happen if I buy this and all of a sudden we don't use cash? Well, when you think about it, today, when we buy this stuff, we pay in cash and we end up paying in cash. And we can sell it in cash, or we can hold it. Another constitutional round. We're going to be giving one of these away pretty soon, maybe even a couple. Who knows? I'm actually looking at a collection here in 2 weeks. There'll be a lot of cool stuff. I'll be showing you guys that. We might be giving away a couple things after that. And with that being said, you know, so you buy this stuff, and if you need the money, I mean, I can take this right now and I can go and sell this. I happen to have gotten a really good deal on this. Let me see if I can see what I paid. It's been a little while because this package kind of got lost in the mail. But at the time of buying this, this was only $1,827. This is why I stay in tight with my bullion dealer. I constantly call him every week. I look at the mail ads of what the emails that they send out, what's on sale, what's a good deal. So 1827. Well, I say 1828, but here, I'll show you real quick here. Boom. That way I don't have any questions on maybe I was fibbing. So you can see right there, gold kangaroo, boom, right there. Well, let's see if we can get it focused in just a little bit. Boom. So 1828, pretty good deal. I'm always happy. This package came from Universal Coin and Bullion. Sometimes though, the shipping, not just them, anybody, you know how the post office is. This package got lost in the mail for a few days. I was kind of disappointed and scared. I watched it bounce from my town to the next town to my town to the next town, back and forth as it just went back and forth. But back to what we were talking about. I'm sorry, I sometimes get jumping around a little bit. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of this too. With this though, you know, I could buy this and I could also trade it. I could trade this for, maybe I need a patio slab behind my house. Maybe I need a used car. I mean, if someone offered, I've been on the fence of getting a newer vehicle. I mean, if someone said, hey, I'll trade you some coins for your vehicle, I would be tempted to trade my truck for some coins. Because to me, that's the same thing. This is real money, you know. And when people realize that this is money, this is more money than paper. So if you're into fiat, I've got one good friend that he holds a bunch of fiat and he thinks that's money. We accept it, and therefore, yes, it is money because we accept it. Does it have all the characteristics of money? Unfortunately, it doesn't, but because we accept it, it does give it value. It doesn't retain value, though. The more they print, the lower it goes in value. They can't print more of this. There's only so much of it. Now, somebody out there, I had someone tell me this. This was made by somebody. Somebody made this. Who made this? What he asked me. I said, well, I think it came from maybe the Perth Mint, maybe. I don't know who makes it. Someone will correct me, though. And he goes, okay, so someone made it, so they can make more of them. And you're right, they can, but this is gold. The value is in the actual coin. It's not in what's on the coin. You could literally, I wouldn't want to, but I could pull this out and put a big old X in it, and it still has value. I could take a piece of gold that's the same purity and the same size, and it's going to hold a similar value as this coin. Just because this coin says $100 on it, on the backside, does not mean it's worth $100. It's worth what the gold is worth inside of it. And even if they get rid of cash, let's hypothetically say, hey, we're going with CBDCs. I don't think they can get rid of cash 100% right off the bat. I think they'll have to implement that with some kind of an outbreak or we can't have people handling cash and passing sickness around, or the money ain't just moving around. Everybody's going, using credit cards, or everybody's, we've seen that. We've seen the change shortages. A cash shortage would be implemented the exact same way. For those of you that don't know, didn't follow the channel before, when we had the change shortage, I actually talked with a bank manager, and she said, it's crazy. People turn in their coins. We send them up to our Fed branch, and, we order 2 or 3 boxes of quarters, and they might send us 1. Well, what they're doing is they're taking in, and they're only sending out half or less. So they're creating the supply shortage. It's not the people that were creating the supply shortage. Don't be fooled by that, what you hear of, it's everybody holding change at their house. Maybe they are holding pennies in the form of copper, your 1982 and earlier ones. Maybe they're holding nickels because they believe nickel is going to continue to get shorter in supply. But, the quarters, dimes, I don't see why anybody would hold tons and tons of quarters on hand unless they're West Point quarters, or unless they're silver quarters. But back to so now all we have is central bank digital currencies. Let's say they decide, you can no longer buy precious metals with central bank digital currencies. Okay, people are still going to hold this stuff. I've got some. I guess I can't accept central bank digital currency. Hey, can I trade this for a bag of rice? Hey, can I trade this for whatever I need? Well, if this ain't enough, I got something like this. Can I trade this? Who knows? By then, copper might start expanding. And then it could be, hey, can I trade this just for a sandwich? What is it? Oh, it's copper rounds. It's copper. And then, they'll check and they'll be like, oh, yeah, it is copper. Okay. And then they'll want to, maybe take it for a sandwich. Who knows how things could play out? So the fact that we're not using, if we go to that point where we're not using cash, to me, it's not going to be a big deal. We'll have gold and silver, those of us that have already been preparing. Now, here's where it does get complicated. For the people that didn't buy gold and silver, they never bought any of that. And all of a sudden, cash is just dwindled away. There's no cash in the system. Everybody has to use central bank digital currencies. Okay, so you can still buy food with your central bank digital currencies, but then you slip up and you say something bad, or you say something that somebody don't like, and all of a sudden someone flicks a switch on your card. You can no longer buy food or anything. All of a sudden, you're hurting, and you can't buy anything until you check in at your local courthouse. And there you will be fined for saying something you weren't supposed to say. You'll pay your fine and move on your way. But until then, your card's off. well, at least I know I can still get a sandwich with something like this. I mean, I don't expect I would ever say anything bad about the government. After all, they're just here to help us. And I'm trying to keep a straight face when I say that. But, you know, with that being said, it's something to think about. And that's why I do buy precious metals. Now, even if none of this happens, precious metals still on the flip side of that, they go up in value. All three of these have been going up in value recently. Are they at their highs right now? No, none of them are at their highs at this particular point in time. However, we're not super far off from the high on gold. Copper's not far from its high. Silver, it's got a little ways to run, but I believe silver is being manipulated down. We've did a video on that previously. I highly recommend, if you guys haven't seen all of our videos, go back. We've got a lot of people newer to the channel, and I try to post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. However, here it is Saturday, and I really wanted to talk about this. By you leaving a comment in the video, it does kind of pushes me to do more videos, just like tonight. I wanted to do a video on this comment. So your comments actually do get read. I see every comment. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up so it doesn't get too long. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Let me know what you guys think about these 3 coins. Pretty cool. Nice little pickup, I think. I'm pretty happy with it. And with that being said, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up, but leave me a comment because I love reading y'all's comments and it gives me something to talk about. With that being said, y'all have a great night. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you guys again on Tsquare Talk. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.